じて。
Alright, welcome back to another episode of my nighttime series. Today was a bit boring. There hasn't really been much news to talk about. So I just want to use this episode to just put some light on some characters that I feel like are really underappreciated. Because after Tyranny of Pain, there are just some champs that I feel like are so underutilized and so underappreciated. And I just want to talk about them for a second. I also want to give an update on where I'm at in the Tyranny of Pain quest because I just finished another run tonight. And I just want to go over my plans for the future runs. So yeah, a pretty tame episode overall, but now let's just get right into it. So I have a couple of champs I want to talk about. The first one, of course, is Hawkeye. I just want to say this man has been slept on his whole entire life, and it is just such a pity, man, because when he first got buffed, I tried to do so much with him, right? I was the first person to beat every Act 6 boss with a champion, and that champion was Hawkeye. He is just powerful. He is a truly powerful champion. And I feel like people don't realize just how powerful his utility and his damage output is. So I was gonna consider putting gameplay in the background as I talk, but I'm just gonna keep the background as a fireplace just because it's a more chill vibe, and this is a nighttime series. So I just want it to be a really calm and relaxing vibe. And I don't know, I just feel like gameplay is a bit kind of is the opposite of that, right? So I'm gonna put some links in the description maybe of some Hawkeye gameplay. Because I just wanted to see how good this character is. The utility that he has at base is already pretty strong. But then you put in his synergies, and it is just a whole other story. The Eternity Pain video that I did with him, that was him at base. That was him by himself. And he took 3 fights very well, and he just destroyed the Thanos boss. He is really capable when it comes to both his slow and his really strong bleeds overall. But once you put in synergies, he gets even more benefits. He has poison immunity with the synergy, he has access to fury, he has access to increased bleed damage, and I mean increase, because that bleed damage can be insane. I did some calculations, and my Hawkeye on the SP3, the bleed takes her 1,000,000 damage over its runtime. 1,000,000 damage. Any practical boss is not surviving his SP3. It is that strong of a bleed. He is capable of so much damage output, people don't even realize it. He can take fights so fast just because the bleed on the SP3 is just utter insanity. And of course, he has access to the really strong power drain as well. He's the only skill champion that can power drain consistently. So yeah, this dude is just nuts. There is so much he can do. I feel like he is easily a top 10 skill champ at minimum because he does require a lot of practice, right? But once you master him, you can just do so much with him. He is so capable of so many things. So yeah, be on the lookout soon for Hawkeye Showcase, a full review, because this is just a very vague review of the character. But yeah, just such an underrated champion. And this next champion, I didn't realize how good they were until I played with them in the Eternity of Pain Challenge, and that is Dr. Octopus. Oh my gosh, this dude is just crazy, man. This dude is absolutely crazy. One of my friends has him at rank 4, and I just might join him, to be honest, because this dude, I never realized how reliable he is. That is the thing with Dr. Octopus. He is reliable. His power lock is just phenomenal. He can just have it on for the entire fight. It is just a really reliable mechanic. Additionally, his heal block is also very good as well, and he can also lifesteal as well. So, there's just so much going on with this character. And additionally, his damage output is pretty nice. His heavy attack rotation when the big SP2, and you can convert your breakthroughs into some big heavy attack damage. It's really nice. I was surprised with how good his damage output is. So yeah, Dr. Octopus, man, so good, so practical, so efficient at what he does. I feel like he is just so underrated. I know Seaton is a big Dr. Octopus fan as well. But yeah, my eyes really opened with Dr. Octopus when I used him in the Eternity Pain Challenge, because he took out Overseer very, very well. Overseer is a very hard fight. That is easily the hardest Eternity Pain boss, in my opinion, just because he is very annoying. His power gain is really annoying as well. But Dr. Octopus, he just shuts that down. He just takes that power, gives it to himself, and he can just absolutely cheese the fight. So yeah, Dr. Octopus, man, I just had to mention him because he is just so good, in my opinion. I need to make a video on him ASAP because I just want to show just how strong this dude is. I'm going to take him to rank 3 as a 6-star 100%. I have him awakened too, so he's ready to go. So yeah, just super exciting times. I love both Dr. Octopus and Hawkeye, but there's one more champ that I want to talk about, and this one, I am just so in love with this champion. The more time passes, the more I just want to take him to rank 4 so badly, and that is Falcon. So you can see a trend that I love champions with reliable utility, right? Hawkeye has his slow access immediately. He has his power gen and his SP1. There's just a lot of easy access for Hawkeye's utility. Dr. Octopus, you parry, and then you have your heal block. You just like hit the opponent like a couple times. You have your power lock. There's just so much reliability with these characters. And it is the same exact case with Falcon. Falcon is just nuts, man, because you dash back and you have your full utility right there. That is what I love about Falcon so much, because there are some champs in this game that just take way too long to get to your utility, and it just becomes like really impractical overall. But Falcon, you get it in like the first 3 seconds of the fight. So it's just like absolutely amazing, man. I just love that. That's my favorite thing about a character. Like, you know, let's say you had to get to your SP2 to access Hulkling's immunity to poison and shock. No one would use him. No one would use him for like those type of fights, because like he would be dead by the time he got to the SP2. Like, for example, Mangog, as much as I love him, his energy adoption buff is also very annoying to deal with because it takes, like, 2 SP1s to get that, and that is just not reliable, in my opinion. But, like, Falcon, like Dr. Octopus, like Hawkeye, they have easy access to their best utilities. And this is why I just, like, love these 3 characters so much, and I just want you to stop sleeping on them. If you are sleeping on these characters, just stop, because they are so worth it. They are so worth looking into. If they're not your cup of tea, that's fine, but maybe you'll like them. Maybe you'll really enjoy them. So yeah, I encourage you to go like watch gameplay of these guys. I have some gameplay on my channel of Hawkeye. I don't have any gameplay of Falcon or Dr. Octopus yet, but, you know, I think Unofficial Command Mike has a Dr. Octopus guide, so please look at that. He is a great content creator. I'm like sure you know about him already, because he has a ton of subscribers. Falcon, there probably isn't much gameplay of him just because he's a very simple character, but I will post a ton of gameplay of Falcon because he is so capable of like so much, man. So yeah, I just want to post gameplay of Falcon already because I just cannot wait. But yeah, those are the 3 champs I want to talk about today. Maybe later on in the week I'll like mention 3 more champs. But yeah, moving on. Now let's talk about the Eternity of Pain and where I'm at right now in that quest. So right now, I have 2 objectives done. I have the Robot one and the Thunderbolt one. The Thunderbolt one, I used Hawkeye, Dr. Octopus, and Ghost. Hawkeye and Dr. Octopus were, like, very awesome for me. Ghost did some work as well, but it was mainly Hawkeye. Like, Hawkeye just, like, ran the show on that challenge. And for the Robot one, I had Nebula, Dragon Man, and Warlock. Nebula is just a monster, dude. I took her up to rank 2 for the challenge. She is definitely going to rank 3. Probably rank 4. If I get a 4 to 5 tech gem, she is definitely a contender. I'm just going to say that. I would love a rank 5 Nebula because she is just busted, man. I didn't mention her in the underrated list because I feel like she's not really too underrated. There's a lot of gameplay of her. She's a very common war attacker. So yeah, Nebula, I never realized how good she was, man, because she is just an absolute monster. I think the next challenge I'm going to do is the A-Force one because I just took Captain Marvel up to rank 2. By the way, really fun character, really good champion. I feel like while she is a bit outdated, she is still a very good character overall. So yeah, I'm excited to use her in the challenge. I probably will rank 3 her just because I'm having so much fun with her. And yeah, I also have like She-Hulk at rank 2 as well. She's pretty fun. I love She-Hulk, especially with the Titania synergy. That synergy goes crazy with She-Hulk, man. I love it so much. And Titania is also a very good character as well. So they just pair really well together. I'll probably have Guardian as the final slot. So yeah, be on the lookout for that challenge probably tomorrow or Saturday. I might post a farming guide like for revives and energy and all that for just like so you can prepare for the Eternity Pain challenge tomorrow. I might post a guide for that tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that as well, because I just want to show you like the best places to get revives and potions, because there's a lot of ways to farm them, and I want you to be prepared, and I want you to save like as many units as you can. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Overall, just please look into those 3 characters that I mentioned. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Eternity Pain challenge. Also, let me know who you think is underrated. Like, I want to see who you think is just, like, super underrated and that deserves a spotlight, because maybe I'll look into them. Maybe I'll, like, take them up for a showcase. You never know. But, yeah, that's about it for me.